can you tell us about what's next in your rehab process?
Yeah, head out for another rehab start in a couple days here. But things been going really well. Been feeling really good, bouncing back pretty well from the start. So yeah, moving along well.
Were you hoping at some point to make that next start here in the bigs, or is it easy to be patient?
I mean, I was hoping for it, but the conversations we've had and how long this road's been and where we're at as a team now, having the additions of Casey and Robbie, I think that allows the team to be a little more comfortable with making sure that I'm in the right spot physically and pitch count and inning wise. So realistically, I didn't think it was an opportunity to come back. I would have loved it to go that way, but I think 6 innings, 85 pitches seems like a reasonable mark for me. So hopefully that's what we'll get to in this next one, and then look at returning here.
So you think that's if everything is go well, that's the final one?
Yeah, I mean, you're talking to the wrong guy. It's not really up to me, but physically I feel really good. Been bouncing back well. Increasing pitch count and got my velocity up to a higher spot than it's been in a long time. So, naturally a little bit more soreness with the recovery and stuff, but I feel like I've, leveled out pretty well and getting back to a normal feeling of what I felt between starts. So.
How exciting is this time of year, just with what's ahead for this team and also having your new players introduced on Monday?
Yeah, nice to have that, wrapped up and finalized. Really excited to hear from. I think we've all been excited to see what the message is going to be in the direction. We've seen, a few reports, some through you guys and some just on, the Twitter world about their plans to spend some money and really pour into the organization. So, talk is one thing, but we'll see the actions from them here soon. I think we're all just really excited to meet them and see what they're all about.
Is that really all you ask from an owner, just to be invested, try and give a team the best chance to win?
Yeah, I mean, I always have a hard time telling someone else how to spend their money, but I can't assume you'd spend that kind of money and get into this kind of business without, some kind of desire or passion to win. I think everyone in this organization, in this city, in this clubhouse has put a lot of effort into getting where we're at, and this organization in the last 10 years has improved drastically, in terms of production on the field and how we perform, but how things are run and the culture of the clubhouse and the culture of the organization as a whole. So you don't want to see that stuff go away, and I think sometimes when you disengage or step away from, the intent to go win and improve the organization, some of that stuff naturally, falls apart. So players, we just, you have such a small window in the game that you would love an opportunity to compete for championships and have a good caliber team and an organization that supports and stands behind the players. So I think they understand what's been built here and what they were getting into when they took this over. So I would hope that they would kind of, be in the mode of wanting to improve and llooking for the best options to make the team better.
Small window, but you just hit your tenure. So I'm
Yeah.
sure it wasn't the way you wanted to hit it, but
Yeah.
just getting to that spot and kind of what it means to you and how rare and special that is for ball players.
Yeah, man, a lot. It's just a lot of adjustment, a lot of adaptability over the years. You feel a certain way when you come into the league physically, and as years pass, those things start to change a lot. So a lot of just understanding of my body and a lot of relying on the people around me to help, push me in the right direction with, my physical training, my recovery stuff. And I just feel like I've landed in an amazing spot where I have the comfort of playing at home and playing on a team that's, really high caliber, and then the people that we have around us, the pitching team here that, prepares me physically, and then the training staff that just gets me, or prepares me mentally, and then the training staff that gets me ready physically and has helped me through this long stretch of a 2-year rehab. So, very grateful. I would love to be on the field playing during my 10-year, mark, but I feel like I'm getting close, and my focus is kind of set on that now. So.
Hey Joe, beyond the pitch count and the innings number, is there something more nuanced you're still looking for as far as feel, pitch shapes?
Yeah, I feel like the shapes have been really good. Just inconsistent in landing them in the zone. I feel like I've always been really good, and a big part of my game is being able to land the breaking balls when I need them to get me back into leverage counts or to get me back into a count that I might be behind in. So I haven't felt super consistent with that as far as landing the curveball at a higher clip for strikes. I've had a few better ones in the last outing in El Paso where I was able to get to 2-strike locations, which I had struggled with in Reno, not really getting a lot of swing and miss. So a little more of the swing and miss there, but ultimately I think the more I can land those breaking balls in zone more consistently, I kind of get guys engaged in that speed, and then I can use the fastball and open up the zone a little more. So those are all things that typically come, with more and more outings. Look at the spring training buildup. It's usually the last outing or two where you start to see that stuff really, sharpen up. So I've kind of, been aware of it, but not stressing too much, just trusting that the work that I'm putting in and the reps are going to get me into a better spot with that. And I've seen, improvements every time I go out. So I'd say that's probably the last piece, is just the overall command of the breaking balls, the quality command, not just for strikes, but getting to the spots I want to.
you were on the 5-day rotation. You just got off that.
Yeah.
Was that already predetermined to take a little extra break here?
I mean, not necessarily this time around, but at some point in this rehab, there was going to be a start where we would push it a few days and give me, 6-7 days to recover. With the velo increase and the pitch count increase, the inning increase, being at like more of a high-end workload, we just felt like this was the right time to do it. I came out of it a little more sore than normal, nothing drastic, but picked up a little back injury, like a tweak in the gym. That put me out for like a day or two, just having trouble rotating, but that's all cleared up. I feel like I'm back to normal, so hopefully, bullpen tomorrow and then look at scheduling the next rehab to start.
Extra velocity is a good problem to have.
Yeah, my body hadn't felt that in a while. I haven't moved in those ranges and at that speed in a while, so I think there was going to naturally be a little bit more soreness, but it was more the back that held me up for a couple days than it was the arm. So